It's Elisa Garrett, your HM advisor. How's everybody doing? I went live a little. I mentioned I was going to go live, but I didn't make an announcement when, because really I don't know, but I don't really know what I'm doing between the 1 hour. It's kind of a little bit crazy. It's almost like dog years, like 1 hour, 7. It's just the longest time ever. As for those who don't know, our home office right at the moment is closed, but that's mainly because our home office, we are French. So our founder is from France. Belgium area is where our offices are. And so it's been really intense over there. So they are seeing that and they're being very proactive. So I am really actually not excited, that's the wrong word, but I'm really glad that they are being proactive and doing and looking forward. So that way advisors are not maybe being where we should be, and then our warehouse workers are also being. So that being said, I know a lot of you placed orders last week. Orders take about a week to arrive, but it's taken just a little bit longer because the announcement was made and we did probably a month's worth of orders in half a day. I know I had 3 online. I know a lot of you went on yourselves and placed orders, and then I had other couple who said, oh my gosh, can I put in and can I gather a couple orders from girlfriends and get, and it's funny because parties are usually between 5 to could go either way, $1,500 maybe, or $1,000 ones, but usually between $500 and $1,000, and we did over $5,000 just with myself, with everybody. And the reason I tell you, just to kind of show you how overwhelming, supportive, first of all, for myself, I really appreciate that. Also, I know you guys really wanted to stock up. So if for some reason you missed that day ordering, please reach out to me. I usually carry inventory in general. That's just kind of a perk with H2O, but I do some extra things. So if there's something that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm running low on, don't run out to the store. Don't buy some other stuff, junk. You guys have been doing parties with me for a really long time. For those of you who are brand new, I've been doing H2O at home for, has it been 8? It'll be, I think, September 1st, August 31st, something like that. So I've been doing this a really long time, and I've shown you how to get the dangerous chemicals out of your house. And the rules still apply, you guys. I know with all the we're kind of running around and everybody is buying all this stuff that we normally buy. I mean, I don't normally use hand sanitizers. I am a big hand washer. And my daughter actually was, right when this started, was flying to Thailand. And I literally went to a couple stores, like, I should probably get her some hand sanitizer. She's going to be on. And I literally went to some natural section and a couple bottles, and I'm like, there were little teeny bottles, and I'm like, there are 6 of them. I took them all. And I, like, as I was leaving, there was a couple of people, I'm like, do you guys need this? But they didn't want to pay like $3 for this tiny bottle. So I was able, like, to at least give her some and things like that when she flew. But that's not what we do. But yeah, and luckily for me, I know some great make hand sanitizers. So if you need me to hook you up, but we are the type of people, I still believe we avoid chemical cleaners, you guys. It's something that it's very good to keep your home clean. It's good to sanitize what needs to be sanitized. I'm seriously, like, I'm kind of worried. Like, I've seen some weird practices. I debated on sharing this because I get all weirded out. And but there was a of people with, I've been reading this on some of these pages, like people, and they're like, oh, you guys, when your pets go outside and you're going for these walks, you sanitize your pet's feet. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you people. And people have been pouring bleach on their pets' feet, like, okay. So I totally get it, though. We do need to be careful, and I know so many people have all my customers have immune issues, dealing with disease and things like that, and compromised immune system. So I totally get it. So, but by these really, really harsh chemicals, you're actually causing other problems down the road. So I just wanted to kind of talk to you about the products that some of you probably already have at your house and you're just either forgot to use or kind of don't remember how. So the first thing, and today we're just going to talk about sanitizing. The first thing I really want about is our multi-duty chiffonette. So this comes in other colors. So it has the little lacy edges. The tag, what's really cool about this cloth, I've had mine, this is my demo one, but my own cloth I've had for almost 8 years. So your tags might say different things. This one, the tag information is on the inside and it says, what does it say? On the side, sorry, multi-surface. This is our multi-duty cloth. So this is not to be confused. When I say waffly cloth, people sometimes think of this. See this big, huge, this is a kitchen towel, like legit you're doing dishes and that's a thing for another day. But this kitchen towel, dishes and drying your hands is way different than this cleaning cloth. I know you're like, how is it different? But it really is. The waffle pattern. And then also the composition on the tag. So this really is you guys, and not having to go out. I know some of you it's a necessity, and that's a whole type of deep clean. You're just home, you're just hanging around the house. This cloth seriously is still the best thing for everyday cleaning. Now I'm not talking about I don't know why my phone's going off, sorry. Like you are working in a hospital, things like that. I'm talking about you're kind of hanging around with your kid and you're trying not to like smother anybody, okay? So our cloth, it's 50% polyamide. I always tell you guys, polyester is like an umbrella. Water likes to run off. Polyamide grabs and holds on. So this doesn't kill any bacteria, keep that in mind, but this will remove bacteria from surfaces. So if I'm just in the kitchen in the morning, I can dampen the counter, I can wipe it. Nobody else is in or out. This one curl is bugging me. There we go, right? And then totally still great. This is still what you want to be using. You don't have to use something toxic all the time you're wiping down the house. That being said, sometimes we have issues where we have things. I want to go over like, okay, what do I do though for other things? And I'm not talking about cleaning, we're just talking about sanitizing right now. And hopefully you guys all have this, is the multi-purpose spray. So the new bottle looks like this. It throws me off the camera. It is a yellow with this minty turquoise bottom. Okay, that's what the all-purpose cleanser, multi-surface cleanser. Might have the older packaging. It's yellow. It's totally fine. They're both great. Had this for a very, very, very long time because what's really cool about this, you can get refill packets. Okay, so the refill like this, and inside are these little packets right here. And when this is empty, after I've used all this, for some reason you have to get rid of it. That's weird. There's a big star on the screen. I have no idea what that is. Okay, I have to get rid of it. This is like, say you drop this off a 5-story roof and it cracks it. It is, the bottle is recyclable, okay? But I have used this same bottle since I started years ago. You don't have to get a new bottle. So you get these little refill packets and you just snip a little corner. Don't use it because even and toxic free, doesn't taste that good. It does have a really nice though. So you snip a little corner, pour it in here, fill this up with water, give it a really good shake. So that's how the bottle itself works. So with the sanitizing, you guys, our sanitizer, this is legit stuff. Just because it's natural. You guys have heard me at parties talk about our certifications. We cannot just say it's natural and lie on the packaging. If for some reason you cannot read the fine print on your own bottle, I can give you spec sheet information to kind of look at it, ingredients, things like that. Product, it is confirmed to kill the bacteria, and even in all the bottles. And look at this! I can't believe I had this in my. This is not mine that I'm using. We actually, I'm surprised there's still liquid in there. We cleaned out our shop when we moved in, we never really cleaned out the garage that came with the house, and out a couple, so it still smells gross outside the packaging. Oh, dang it! And I got something got on me. I don't know what. Okay. So, anyways, old packaging. It's been in there at least from the previous owners 5 years ago. A lot of when they were cleaning is they'll use like the Clorox pop-up wipes. Look at the packaging, you guys. Look on the back. So I was somewhere recently, and the gal goes, "Oh, I'm supposed to wipe down, between it." But if you look at the back of the packaging, it actually says different companies vary. Let's 5 to 10 minutes. I don't know about you guys. We Clorox pop-up wipes. So like here, I have a napkin. That was a napkin that had a muffin. Chocolate muffin pieces. Let's say this is a pop-up wipe. And if you are wiping, because if it's got chunks on their food, you're supposed to wipe that off first. Sanitize. Okay, so most of you are probably just smearing around the food. So you'd wipe the chunks, then you're going to wipe the counter, and you're going to have it be damp. If you look at it, it evaporates almost right away. So I'm not saying don't use that. I know cleaning supplies are really in short supply, but if you are freaking out like, oh my gosh, I'm out of Clorox wipes, you might probably sanitizing the surface anyway, okay? So please read the back of the packaging. Ours, you're supposed to do like a light mist, like about 12 inches away, and then set for 5. Okay, I know most of us do this thing, spray, 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 and wipe, wipe, wipe. So if you're just kind of wiping the counter and using it for that, it is totally fine. But if you're going to use it, you use it the right way. So I actually started testing it. So brought some stuff in, and I'm like, oh, I want to kind of sanitize the counter. I lightly sprayed it, and then I asked Alexa to set for 5 minutes. I was like, seriously, is the timer still going? Like 5 minutes is a long time. You don't really realize how long that is. I was able to wipe everything. This is totally fine, great for using this, okay? So let's say, what are some things you can use it on? There is so much information out there, and I don't want to give anybody accidentally false information, because I swear you guys, sometimes it changes, right? I can tell you that it is great for if somebody's starting to get sick, spraying down those doorknobs, the light switches, all that that people come in contact. I know for us, we have a designated table, my entryway right there, and that's like when we come in, packages are where the mail is, where my keys, like that is kind of going outside the house and coming back in, and then we don't have to worry too much because it's like that's this little designated area. But if I wanted to, go straight groceries, right? There's been some information. I saw this video that you shared with me of this guy like doing this full thing on how to do your groceries. There were actually really good tips. He actually did a piece of tape down the middle of the table, like where your groceries come in. Because think about it, when they're in the kit, the groceries, it's sliding on the same stuff, everything's touching, it's going in the cart. It kind of makes sense that maybe the bags and it's not the cleanest. So when you come in the house, your first instinct is bags on the counter. Especially at my house, we have a dog, and if you put them on the ground, she's pretty alone, but I just don't want hair on the plastic bags, right? And right now we're not using reusable bags. It's kind of like the counter. So having that designated area where your stuff is, and it's kind of up in the air as far as, really your stuff, the bacteria doesn't stay on stuff all the time, but if you have an autoimmune issue and you want to be extra, yeah, you guys do a light mist, wipe some things down. Since the is on some surfaces, I think the longest maybe is the cardboard paper, 24 hours. What I actually did, since I already had a bottle of wine on hand, I took my extra bottles of wine, the cans, and I just let them sit there for an hour. A day. Just let it sit there for a day. Whether me, I'm like, it's not going to hurt anything. Really, there's so much food in my cupboards. There's not much room to put anything else away. But anything though, I knew my son was going to be handling just like that. I just kind of let it sit there for 5 minutes. I wiped it. We're trying to be a little extra careful. We don't do shoes in the house, but just making sure you're just extra, like that entryway, like I said, kind of leave it there. As far as your pets, so I kind of crazy about the bleach. Oh, I touched my face. I feel like almost everybody should get a shot and have a drink if I touch my face by the end of this call. That's, when people are, because it does make sense. I mean, people are like, you're going out, some of us are still taking walks. I do a good idea, especially if you have a service dog, that when you're out in the store, service dogs actually, but pet and making sure they're not brushing up against things. But in the house, if you want to wash your pet's feet, yeah, guys, do not use bleach. I'm hoping none of you would do that. The need to wash, it's just like your hands. It's just like yourself. One thing you can do is on your porch of soap, a jug of water. It doesn't have to be like fresh water, right? It can be there for a couple days. And just put a little soap on their little paws and rinse them off. We have an amazing pet bar and also a pet towel set. But if you don't have that, whatever you have around the house is totally fine. I don't want to hear about any of you bleaching your pets. My goodness sakes. So, things to remember about the virus. It's, am I going to say this right? Fatty soluble. It actually comes off because of the fat particles. The way it sticks is good old fashioned soap and water. That's why they're saying wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. That enough times. I'm going to be talking about our soaps another day. In a pinch, if you were like, oh my gosh, I travel a lot, I'm maybe things like that, you don't have any hand sanitizer, you guys just get a little bottle, whatever, put some soap in there, have another older bottle of water, and just wash your hands on the go. It's just like when you're camping. Okay, so that's totally. I had talked before on the page not too long ago about actually even having a let on the go. Some of you purchased it a couple weeks ago, and because it was a travel size one of these, but you could grab this in a pinch, throw this in your bag, and if you're going there, and you want to wipe down maybe a cart or things like that, wipe it. I mean, we all know technically, spray it, let it sit 5 minutes, right? So spray it, get it all going, get your phone ready, all that kind of stuff, and then wipe down the cart and put it in a bag. Some of you might have seen I did a post yesterday about your phone because it's shopping. I know from whether you have gloves or not, whatever you're doing, but when you're like in the middle of grocery shopping, all of a sudden your phone goes off and you're like, touch my phone, my hands are dirty, because we all know phones are full of germs, right? I don't want to get stuff on my phone. And so I did the idea about the plastic bag. It was a friend of mine had shared it. And you have our travel case for your skincare. That's perfect, and it works. I tried it. My phone with plastic. So that's kind of cool because you can get your phone in there, get it all ready, use your phone, and then when you get to take the bag, put it all in there, and then when you get home, wash it. So that's kind of just a little tip on that. Okay, sounds. I almost feel like every time you say, here's to do, it almost sounds like you're crazy when you're saying it, but like 2 weeks from now, it's probably going to be the norm. And think about is our purifying powder, actually sanitizer, but like I said, you really only need right now just straight up laundry soap. So if you have some more health issues, what I highly recommend is like in the morning, I'm kind of like froggy. I don't really look that great. I'm not really looking that great, but we go for our walk if we have to go to the grocery store or the post office. When we come back home, off the clothes, washer or a designated hamper, and go ahead and take in your shower then versus taking a shower out. Okay, so that's just a little extra something you can do. So I know there's some of you on here live. Does anyone have a question about this or a question about general cleaners? I do, if you're not using your waffly cloth when you're using this, it's okay. Use even your regular heavy duty cloth, because this is actually doing the magic, the cloth wiping down. The reason this is magical when you're using it just by itself with water, okay? Any other questions? Do you guys have questions about the sanitizer? Is anybody running into some weird things? I hope you guys are all staying healthy. So I today want to just stress to you guys, be clean, be sanitizing, safe, but don't be system by using stuff that's really harsh and that's not the safest. It can cause health issues down the road. Okay, especially if you're practicing distancing. And that phrase is going to stick with us for the rest of our lives. But practice social distancing and just stay away from other people is the biggest thing. If anybody thinks of a question later that they're like, I want more information on that, or please just comment below. And tomorrow, hopefully, I'm going to actually be talking about all three of the cloths. And then if you have any other suggestions, like I want to know more about that, I have a post on my page that I'm going to be, you guys can go ahead and just comment things you'd like to know a little bit about. I want you to use your stuff. Okay, you want to use your stuff. That's why you buy time. All right. Okay, you guys, I appreciate you. Take care. Lots of water, hydrate, be on the alcohol, drinking, take naps.